Assalamu alaikum students, 5th class. This is your first lecture. It's about grammar skill. Today I am going to teach you the unit 1 first lecture. The topic abstract noun. Okay students, look at that slide. It's about definition given in your own book grammar skill page 1. In the box of grammar help, what they are saying: concrete nouns are things you can touch and see, like pen and pencil. But on other side, the abstract nouns are ideas or concepts. They are the things you can't see or touch. So in this simple definition, with the help of the difference between concrete and abstract noun, they have told us about the major difference, about the major discrimination between concrete and abstract noun. Now let me clear some other definitions and other examples to make it clear in more better way. Okay, abstract nouns, opposite of concrete noun, can only be thought of or felt, cannot be seen or touched. So according to that definition, we have 5 senses: smell, hear, touch, sight. But we cannot recognize abstract noun with the help of these senses. So in that way we can say that abstract nouns are non-physical. They are very difficult to detect. So look at the next slide. Here in that picture, you can see that the boy had a permission to go to the park. In that examples, you can clearly see the two blue circles, the boy and the park. These are the concrete nouns because you can see the boy, you can go to the park, you can touch the park. But is there any abstract noun? Yes, there is an abstract noun, the permission, that is an idea. So here you can see events like marriage, picnic. These are the events which you can not directly see or touch, but you can relate them to the concrete nouns. So like that, all your emotions are abstract nouns: anger, joy, happiness, surprise. These are the emotions which cannot be directly you can see, so you can feel them only with the different kinds of movements of the persons and things. You can feel their emotions. So these are also the abstract nouns. And the ideas and the concepts, like friendship is a concept. So friendship between two girls is very good thing. So concepts and ideas are also abstract nouns. They cannot see, they cannot only feel. So we can see that there is a big difference between concrete and abstract nouns. Now look at that picture. here I have given the examples of idea, like dream is an idea. Dream is in your imagination. You cannot see in your real life the dreams, and you can only feel and you can only imagine. So all the qualities are abstract nouns, like kindness. Kindness can be related with some noun. So kindness is also an abstract noun. It is a quality. There can be many other qualities: soft-hearted, loving, caring. All these qualities are can be feel only. So that's why they are abstract nouns. And the third thing is the state of mind. Whatever we are feeling, it can be happiness, it can be anger, it can be uh, it can be any other kind of state of mind which you can only feel. So I hope that with the help of these examples, uh, some idea you have got about abstract nouns. Okay, let me once again clear uh, what are abstract nouns. Nouns that cannot be identified from one of our five senses. They cannot be touched, cannot be tasted, cannot be seen, cannot be heard, and cannot be smelled. So these are the abstract nouns. Okay students, now come towards your book. Read the letter below, fill in the blanks with suitable abstract nouns from the box. So as you are watching that, I have written the Urdu meanings of these words, and then after that I have filled them in the given page. So first let me read these words. The abstract nouns which we have in the box are kindness, joy, relief, gratitude, hope, and despair. So look at the box given below these words. Look at the blanks. Please, dear Mr. Brown, please accept my gratitude. It's also a feelings, a kind of feelings, for the help you gave me yesterday when I was lost. Your kindness is also one of your feelings, one of your qualities in helping me was certainly appreciated. I had started to lose all the hope. Hope is some state of mind of locating my parents until you came along. What a relief it was to hear your friendly voice. You can imagine my despair when I realized I was alone in a strange city, and my joy when you found my mother and father for me. Your grateful new friend, Peter. So I hope you are feeling now it is easy to understand these lines and these words. Okay, look at the next slide. Use, that is the B part given on the page number 2 of your grammar skill. Use the abstract nouns in the box to help you complete the sentence. You may need to add other words too. So here they are introducing some other abstract nouns to make its concept more clear. Hatred, weakness, danger, truth, and beauty. So in a first line there, it is wrong to tell a lie. you should always tell the truth. So you have to add the word tell to make the sense of the sentence. So look at the sentence number 2. Run away quickly, you are in danger. So here you have to add the preposition in to complete the sentence to make it meaningful. Look at the sentence number 3. In fairy tales, the stepmothers usually get punished for their weakness. So here you have also add for there. Sentence number 4. Enemy countries left their hatred lead to the war. In sentence number 5, fashion models are chosen for their beauty. So in a B part, they are also given us some others abstract nouns. Now look at that grammar help box in which it is described. Some nouns are made by adding a suffix to verb, an adjective, or even another noun. For example, happiness, jealousy, puzzlement, friendship, and appearance. Here the bold letters are actually suffixes which are added to make some verb or adjective an abstract noun. So your part D is actually related to that kind of exercise. So look at the next slide. Look at the part D, that is also part of your syllabus. Only the parts A, B and D are the part of your syllabus. So here what you have to do is change the words in brackets into nouns to complete the sentences. So you have to transform the word given in the brackets to make it abstract noun. For the first line is, the boy could not understand multiplication. So you change the multiply into multiplication. Now it becomes an idea. And division, you have to change the divide into division. In spite of his teacher's explanation and extra instruction after school, it was not because of laziness. So you change the lazy, that is a verb, into that is an adjective, into the laziness. He wanted his teacher's approval and he always completed his correction, but he seemed to lack the confidence. So confident here is an adjective and you have to change it into confidence to make it abstract noun to find the solution. So solve is a verb and you have to change it into solution with the help of some suffix. Now, so here we can see that some verbs and some adjectives can be changed into abstract nouns by adding some suffixes at their ends. So that is your part D. So okay, at the end, by summarizing my lecture, I would again like to give the example of concrete and abstract nouns. So what we have learned in this video, the concrete noun, the things that you can see, smell, touch, taste or hear are concrete nouns. And what are abstract nouns? The things that defines an idea, quality or a state of mind which you cannot feel with your five senses. So I hope you people now understand the major difference between concrete and abstract nouns. So learn these three parts and try to explore it on the net. What is abstract noun? You can find many easy videos on net related to this lecture. So okay students, inshallah we will I'll see you in the next lecture.